Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Wrath of the Righteous. I have, during the time that we were off, rested everybody, but also leveled everybody's mythic tiers up. So, let's just go over here. I have learned that abundant casting is amazing, so I went ahead and got more buffs for my spellbook. So now I have a lot. What to do is this mythic path. Oh yeah, I make it so where it's not so bad if he misses. He gets more to hit. This one made her attack penalties on entered attacks less punishing, which is great. I didn't know what the hell to do with Ulbrick, so I just went with Power Attack Mythic. So more damage, yay. I finally got her Abundant Casting. It's just too good. I probably should have gotten that first instead of Powerful Shadows, but I didn't. So I got it out of order, and that really hampered my ability. Lesson learned. Now I have so many hastes. I'm going to abuse the ever living shit out of that spell. Um, yeah, and for him, what did I get? Oh, Mythic Channeling. So he does extra points of damage or healing per twice his charisma bonus, which uh, is pretty high. Pretty high. So that's an extra 10 healing. That's great. Worth it. And yeah, I love how Caddy Darren is forced to be the healer of the party. It really does free me up to be a tank. Anyway, I think that's everything that was to do here. And it's just time to go back to have camp. Socio, Camila, Regil. Yeah. Back to camp. Man, that was a bloody hill. I'll take that. Well, it is masterwork. I hope my camp wasn't completely wiped out as I'm looting this. Because it doesn't look good. Alright. As the story unfolds, you draw closer to the events that have the power to change everything. Some quests and locations may become unavailable. Proceed when you are ready. Oh. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna have to see what's up with those nameless ruins. We got all the way here. Hmm. I have a third army? Who are you guys? Mounted scouts. Okay. I need you guys to hurry on back. Nope, 4-4. Alright. Gotta get back to camp. Commander, ever since you came back to camp, Ulbrich hasn't been himself. No wonder after what you found in that village. I think you better check on him. Alright, I'll go talk to him. All glowy and shit. War Chief. Ulbrich's eyes are red with tears. He's clutching a giant flask filled with beer. Come sit with me. We'll drink to the memory of my kin. Give him a proper send-off. Sit next to Ulbrich. Let's drink to the memory of the fallen. The beer smells sweet and pleasant. As black smoke rolled over the fields and the white crane flew over the wheels, having finished another verse of his endless and dismal song, Ulbrich takes a swig from his flask. There was Yigvi. Okay. Iara's boy, the tiny lad, only 9 he was. Such a curious boy. He spent his time climbing trees and scouring ditches, looking for nests or funny-looking pebbles. I gave him a little axe with a carved handle. Now that handle is just lying there on the cave floor. I've seen many things in my time, War Chief. I've gone to war. I've led my camp through a plague, through bitter, hungry winters. I've buried fellow warriors, friends, loved ones. But in those days, after the worst winters, there was always spring. And after days of mourning, there were newborn babes to name. That's how it always was. And now, this is it. The end. The end. Ulbrich shakes his head. No kin, no clan, no land. My God is silent. Even my time, even that has passed. I'm gonna go with number 2. He realizes. I know, but where does that leave me? He shrugs. They're all on the other side of the veil now. Whether they were right or in the wrong, it's up to the spirits and ancestors to judge them. All I can do is mourn them. Let's have another. That we can do. Ulbrich passes you the beer, just, within reason. Drinking to forget our sorrows is the last thing we should be doing. For as long as we live, it's our duty to remember. Yeah. Alright, he's about to burst. I'm telling War Chief, who am I now? Who needs me in this world? Yours. This world's big. I'm sure you'll find your place in it. Don't say that. You're next to the fire and little friend. My party needs you. Whoa. Nope, not doing that one. Good point. I've never seen a stranger crowd. All balls, outcasts, rejects. Well, who am I to say it's another outcast, which means I really am where I belong. You know, I feel better after talking to you. Thanks, War Chief. You got yourself one crazy world here, but hey, if there are folks like you around, I'll fit in somehow. I have to take one last giant swig, Ulbrich firmly corks the flask. Right then, enough of that for today. When victory is ours, we can honor everyone's memory properly, but I'll take a sober head to win. But it'll take whatever. Alright. Whoa, okay. Hey, Will sir, you're alive. Let me sell some shit to you. Commander! Sorry to distract you, but I could use some advice. Oh no. The soldiers are worried. Everybody can feel it. A decisive battle is coming. The big one. The one we started the crusade for. Some of the lads are getting real jittery, and I was wondering if there's anything I could do to help them. Should I ask the bars to come up with a rowdy song, or maybe throw a little shindig? Uh, no better way to allay fears than a good night's sleep on a full stomach. Make sure one's well rested and fed before the attack. I kind of like that idea better. You have a point, Commander. I'll do as you say. No soldier will go into battle hungry or weary come morning. Yeah, show me what you have. Alright, let me sell some shit real quick. We'll be right back. Okay. Ended up being a little bit longer than I anticipated. But yeah, I think today is just a camp event. I'm listening, Commander. Okay. Says goodbye with a sharp bow. Sorry, I'm going to your house. First aid kit? Okay. Well, like you called me, boy, my name is Serial. On the grand scale of world history, your name is irrelevant. I have no reason to remember it. But you remember yours, right? Only so that I know what to put on the author's name for my encyclopedia. Are the names worth remembering? There are, and to my deepest regret, there are too many of them. Nino heaves a sigh that would befit a grief-stricken old man. The names of the gods and demigods, the names of rulers, conquerors, and other persons of some reason deemed great by the people of Golarion. They etch their names into history, and alas, every self-respecting educated person must know them. There are some names I'm happy to remember: great scientists, some of the divine, others mortal, true keepers of knowledge, and great experimentalists. The pioneers of knowledge: Aurori, Nethys, Aureliu, Vorish, or Aureliu Vorit, okay. She opened the world wound. Oh, yes. She's the greatest of the greatest. Just imagine she managed to open a rift from glory into the abyss. No one knew how. No one believed it possible. No one even dreamed of such a thing. And she just did it. It was an experiment of the century. Then you wiped a tear from her eye. I'd have been so happy if it could have been in her place. Funny. Of course, some part of Golarion population died as a result of her experiments, and the Crusaders still wrestle with the consequences to this day. But the very essence of what Aurelia managed to do was a breakthrough of cosmic significance, both figuratively and literally. Sooner or later, World War will be closed, peace will be returned to Galarian, and as for the victims of the Longbow War, they will be remembered as unfortunate but unavoidable sacrifices made at the altar of science. It's an interesting way to look at things, though I'm not sure the Crusaders would agree with you. Were we talking about something? I have to go. Hey, Lan. Nothing new. Alright. Nothing. Alright. Greetings. Alright. Nothing new, really. Ah, Serial. Hello there. I'm feeling characteristically pensive right now. Rather, I find it rather difficult to put my thoughts into words today. I'm trying to understand something. We've been traveling together for a while now. What's your opinion of me? Oh shit. I can straight out it. You don't let anyone get close. There might be good reason for that, but you can always count on me if you need any kind of support. Darren's eyes widen in shock and he looks at you with bewilderment. Then he smiles. Have you any idea how terribly insipid you sound? Throw in some extra nonsense like you can confide in me, and I'll be adamant that you were raised by a couple of trite playwrights who put you to sleep by reading their boring scribblings on the workings of the heart. Fine. Do you know why I asked you that? Because the answer to the question, what do you think about me, usually reveals more than one's doing than the one doing the answering than the one who's doing the asking. Now that I get you thinking, let me proceed with the usual small talk. Do you want to talk about your past? You want me to write a detailed report? Are you the commander of the crusade, not my personal biographer? Why do you need this board trivia? Alright. Aaron Kerr? Alright. Socio is drawing a terrestrial young man standing hunched before him. The drawing looks much better than the reality. Socio doesn't try to embellish anything, but on his page, the young man looks like he is a sickly student, more like a hero of a romantic ballad. Turn to your head to right a bit. Yes, that's it. Oh, Commander. Hail. Okay. The young man is obviously uneasy in the presence of a superior. Who's this? His name's Aaron Kerr. I'm an engineer, begging your pardon. My responsibilities for camp fortifications. He fizzes under the gaze. Okay. Are you friends? It's not that. I just need advice of a priest. I'm not very religious, but sometimes a person feels a little lost in life, and everyone feels down sometimes. We talked, and I thought art could help strengthen his spirit. Alright. I look much better in the drawing than in reality, the young man smiles faintly. The revered cleric says this is how Shaylin sees me, that I could be like this if I wasn't such a worthless piece of. Oh, wow. No, it's not that. The goddess sees the best in you. The people around you. Don't interrupt. The people around you see how kind, brave, and reliable you are. Others are afraid to admit the sins of themselves, and you are afraid to admit that you have virtues. Don't be afraid. Look at yourself through the eyes of the goddess, through the eyes of your friends. This is why you need this sketch. Huh. It's actually sound. Okay. Of course. Let the poor kid go. Did you think of what the hell I told you? Oh. Yes. Soskull shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. Alright. Well, yeah, if he gave away his shield, it probably had a good reason for it. It's not only the Hell Knights who told me about the truth. Knight Tyrbe refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate when he was serving in Canabras. But after these events, she finally broke her silence and the things she told me. Alright. He's a good fighter, but a terrible knight and utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over pretty Hurun in his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, she then took Wins Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city seeking only that his disgrace be kept from his family. That's why Erebeth didn't say anything earlier. Oh. My brother, but how? He's always been kind and merciful. Where could his cruelty have come from? What do you think your brother's fate now? Can't wrap my head around it, from what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to a she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shaylin, let this all be a mistake. Alright. Well, that was resolved at least. Where's Queen Joffrey?
There are many roads to success.
Prestidigitator Golem. Alright. That must be Nino speaking.
I will guide.
Okay. Let's save that as a main play 1. Delete that. Delete that. Has no more movement left. Okay. Well, how do I wait? Alright. Yeah, might as well send him in the battle. Hmm. Nobody's been hurt. Oh, good. They're getting slaughtered. I healed a lot of them. Vicious. Yeah, just finish it. Nobody died. Nice. The last enemy fortress blocking the commander's triumphant army's advance has fallen. The soldiers are more than happy to spend the night beneath the shelter of its fortified walls. The road to Dresden is clear. Yeah, level up. Attack formation, defensive formation, or cover. It's a stratagem. I don't really have any good options. No, I don't want to enter the chapel. Someone is in the road. Get ready. Okay. Your army halts through the hill. In the distance, you see the walls of Dresden. Smoke rises over the city. Winged figures are circling the sky above it, and they don't look like birds. It's time to discuss strategy. It was once an unassailable fortress. Luckily for us, the demons destroyed a lot of the defenses when they stormed the city, and in 70 years they haven't gotten around to mending them. But this isn't going to be easy. Unfortunately, most of the walls are still standing. Oh, there's Her Majesty. Nivea stops, hearing a clamor of astonishment and jubilation from outside the tent. The curtain moves, and Her Majesty Galfrey of Mindav enters, wearing opulent armor, with her famous longsword at her belt. The Queen smiles mischievously. Forgive the intrusion. It wasn't easy to catch up with you. Okay. Oh, Your Majesty is here. What a surprise! It says that voice indicates anything but. Enter your chief scout is either your chief scout is considering her shock very well, or she's already aware of the Queen's presence in the camp. Queen takes her place at the table. Please continue your discussion and try to imagine I'm not here. I like to hear the plan you settle on. Nivea spreads an old city map on the table. The gates are old and rotten now. We can get through them with a ram, but then there will be street fights. It'll be a hell of a fight in Dresden. Luckily, somewhere in this city there's a sacred banner, the Sword of Valor. Anybody's holy relic wouldn't fall to corruption like ever. The demons just kept it as a trophy, a sign of our disgrace, and now it's going to be their downfall. If you find it and raise it again, all the demons in the city will be weakened and lose their ability to teleport. That's when we will chop them up like blind rats. But don't forget, Staunton Vane is somewhere out there, the same traitor who gave Dresden over to the demons in the first place. He won't part with that banner easily. Nura raises her hand like a student in class. May I say something? May I? I have a plan. Regio looks at you without speaking. He seems to have a suggestion. Alright. What is your plan? What difference does it make? No plan is going to save us. Erebeth's eyes shine fiercely in her gaunt face. Who are you lying to? Yourself, each other, the gods? For a moment she looks at Queen's stony face, hesitating, but she continues in a hollow voice. Everything is futile. What the hell? You all realize that we're going to die. We're leading our people to the slaughter. Our army is almost defeated by a swarm of gargoyles. We won't last 5 minutes in Dresden. Beth, are you nuts? Yes, it's a dangerous gig, but we all knew what we were signing up for. But now that we've got here, you want us to shit our pants and go home? We got to bloody Dresden by some. We got to bloody Dresden by some miracle, and we're about to take it back. Kinda late to chicken out, don't you think? Doesn't matter what we do. The lad hanging the hook next to me didn't want to die. What could he do to fend off death? What could I do? We're all doomed, but only a few of us are willing to admit it. By this time tomorrow, we'll all be dead. Jeez. Alright. Well, her voice drifts away as she carries on from a distance, making its way through the sticky veil of fog that fills her mind. The demon that appeared inside you struggles to be free. A little bit more, and the wave of rage will engulf you. Arabelle, pull yourself together. Remember, Kennebrest, despite everything we want, and stop the catastrophe. If they really make weaklings like you into commanders of nightly orders, another word, and you're going to lock up? Nope. I think you still have to recover from what you went through at the chapel. Pull yourself together, or I'll be forced to suspend you from the operation. And probably 3. A shadow of something like fear flashes across Airbeth's eyes. You leave me behind? So I'd have to mourn for the dead, my entire order, all my friends? That's worse than dying alongside everyone else. There you go. Dresden will be our death. You, Commander, might still have a chance to be saved, but you're leading your people to certain ruin. You pathetic little nothing. Okay. You're so proud of your strength, and yet you broke so easily. The demonic rage inside you sees and searches for an exit. It struggles to get out, exhausting, threatening, and convincing at the same time. You almost feel strong enough to keep it under control if you want to. Alright. There you have it, a perfect illustration of why the Crusade has not made an inch of progress in 100 years. A whining, upstart commander has been put in charge of a knightly order by an idealistic queen, circumventing all rules of military hierarchy, and now said Archetype has crumbled at her first serious trial. Absolutely everything in this situation, from the story of Arabeth's rise to the reasons why she lost her reason and morale, just how dire matters truly are on our front. These problems can't be rectified, of course, but to do that, we will need to drive the black sheep from the herd. Sir Paralector, are you comfortable with this idealistic queen standing next to you? Very much so, your majesty. Besides, you asked us not to pay you any heed. The queen looks at Arabeth, her voice, when she begins to talk, sounds surprisingly soft. I was in your place once, Commander Tierbain, many, many years ago. I also wanted to throw my sword to the ground and give up. What made you want that, your majesty? What happened? What happened? My god died. Yeah, that'll do it. The neighboring lands were being devoured by the whirlwind, and it would stop at Socorus. Joffrey's were most warm and a little pensive in the moment. It's easy to believe that she is more than a century old and has seen all the horrible events of the region unfold before her very eyes. But I am still here, and my kingdom still stands, just as it did the day that Taos nearly got the better of me. Wow, there's a lot of options. Erebeth, I hope we know each other well enough to know I can see that I've never doubted you. Others may have, but not me. Your people and the Queen are relying on you. Can I do this? Oh, yeah. Another angel. No, I'm sitting her to fight. She knew what she was getting up for. Demon Mythic Path, surrender. Yeah, I'll take the diplomatic route, or try. Ah. Alright. Nerd, what was your plan? Here, take a look. Alright. Had to dig in the archives to find it, but it's worth it. This is it, an ace that will bring us victory. This is a map of a secret passage that leads to Dresden's dungeons. An entire army can't pass through there, but your unit can easily get through and strike the demons from below. They definitely won't be expecting that. Besides, of course, we don't know exactly where the Sword of Valor is stored, but I think we should look at the dungeons first. With a little luck, you'll win the battle before the demons even realize it's begun. Alright. Well, Regil, what do you suggest? My scouts were able to approach the fortress walls and they learned something unpleasant. The demons have giants who could shoot alchemist fire from catapults, or sometimes something even worse. They're positioned here. Luckily, as Anivia said, the city fortifications are in a sorry state. If we come from this side through the temple ruins, we can sneak up on the giants and finish them off before they inflict any serious damage on our army. It's a highly risky maneuver. When he was injured and exhausted or suffering significant losses, I would consider the risk excessive and never countenance this plan. Fortunately, thanks to the commander's timely aid... Oh. You aided the beleaguered Hell Knights and accepted their leader's offer to help you in your campaign. Okay. The Hell Knights suffered almost no losses during the encounter with the gargoyles. We're ready to perform the maneuver, but we'll need to cover in case we run into any special demons, like the Nabasu we all remember. Commander, I would like your party to attack the giants with us. Okay. Fighters won't like that. Our lads are hoping the commander will personally lead them into battle, not to go off with the Hell Knights. Really, they won't like it. I'm getting tired of talking to the outrageous state of discipline in the Crusader army. Shall we see how they like fire raining down from the sky? Alright. The Eagle Watch are the most experienced Crusaders in the army. They must set an example for the others. We'll spread them across our other units so each one at least has at least a few. I will fight in that group that storms the gates. Alright. I will storm the city with the army. I'm told that my presence improves morale. Alright, we attack it tomorrow, begin dawn. Alright. Where will you be in this battle? I kind of like this one. I mean, that is important. Alright, so if you command, I can see out to the road. I will attack with your group. Alright, it looks like this is it, so... Next episode, in between now and then, I'm going to do ahead and a little bit of prep work. I think I'm going to stick with the crew that I've been using as of late to go in there. And yeah, maybe look up for a couple more items to see if it might be help. But in the meantime, I'm going to end the episode here. And I'll see you in the next one.